Hello everyone. In today's video we're going to talk about what business analysts do in a day and in general. If you are someone who are beginner or who is trying to switch a career from your current career to BA, this video would be really helpful for you. So if you ask someone that, hey, what BA does or what BA does in day or in general, they will be like, BA writes the requirements and gathers the requirements or writes the documentation and talks to business. But hey, that's not the full picture. So today I'll break it down practically based on the real experience, not theory. Now, quick intro about me. So my name is Tushar and it's been more than a decade I'm working in IT industry as a consultant. I have worked not only as a business analyst, but I have worked as a product owner, functional consultant, and in hybrid roles as responsibility overlaps. So whatever I'm gonna talk about in this video or upcoming video, everything will be based on my real experience or real-time experience, and everything will be on like how real-time project works. Based on that, we'll talk about it. So now there is no single perfect day, that we can call a perfect BA day or something like that. No, the BA day is depend on the project, on the project phase, the domain, the team structure, and the methodology. When we talk about methodology, it's agile and waterfall. So based on that, based on that it depends like how BS day would be look like, or how it would be, and these are the common patterns. So once you understand these common patterns, it's really easy to understand how BA works and how BA thinks. These patterns will make you think clearer as a BA, and we'll talk about that in the upcoming videos. Now the core question is BA just gathers the requirement? The short answer is no, not really. The full answer is, or the long answer is, requirements is part of the job. Think BA as a bridge. Think of BA as a bridge between business users, technical team, product goals, a real world execution. So what gathering the requirements actually means? Is it something that hey, tomorrow business users come to me and ask like, hey Tushar, I need this field, and I would be like, yeah, sure, I can do it for you. I'll go ahead and write the requirements, and I'll hand over to a developer, and I'll ask developer that please go ahead and add that field. No, that's how not it would work. Basically, once you have the requirements or the proposal or the request, right? Hey Tushar, I need this field. So as a BA, I would be like, why do we need this field? Is this field mandatory or optional? What if this field is blank? Will this impact on the reporting? Will this impact on the downstream system? Those kind of counter questions I should be having actually. So basically, BA will ask the question, clarify the request, identifies the gaps, thinks about the edge cases, and the most important, ask the right questions. Being a BA, it's really important you ask the right questions. Now let's talk about what BA actually does day to day. I will cover this into 4 buckets. First, meetings and conversation. A large part of BA's days involves a requirement discussion, clarification of any requirements, a refinement session, basically clarification calls, and sprint ceremonies. But these are not the passive meetings. BS actively listens, takes notes, connects dots, flags risks, and summarize the decisions. Second, analysis and thinking. So this is the part people don't see. A BA spend time on reviewing the requirements, reviewing the documentations, uh, creating flows, validating the logic, checking the dependencies. So sometimes you are not just typing, but you are thinking. The third most important thing is the third bucket I would talk about is documentation. Yes, documentation is very important. Irrespective of you are doing a small change or big change, writing a small requirements or writing a big requirements, uh, as long as you are doing any changes or any sort of work that might impact might not, you should be having the valid documentation. So generally the documentation includes user stories, acceptance criteria, process flows, business rules, functional specifications, UAT scenarios. But good documentation is a byproduct of good thinking, not the other way around. The fourth and last bucket I would talk about is like BA supports during the build and the testing, right? So once development starts, BA work doesn't stop. So we hand over the requirements and we hand over the appropriate documentation to the development team. So are we free? No. We still supporting development team, QA engineers. A developer might be having edge cases question, or we they need any other clarification, or we are helping business to do the UAT. So BA stays involved till the delivery. So this is something that like high level again. It's depend what project you are in, right, end of the day, and how the environment is working for you. But as I mentioned earlier, that these are the some of the good patterns to understand how BA would work. In the upcoming videos, I'll go more in depth, right, with the abbreviation and documentation tools like Jira or Azure DevOps, right? So we'll go in depth into that. Even we'll go in depth for a methodology to, for an example, agile versus waterfall methodology. So with whom does BA work? A lot of newcomer and beginners underestimate this question. So BA work with a different set of people. First comes stakeholders. Stakeholders includes managers, end users, operational folks, and subject matter expert. BA will help them to basically translate business problems into solutions, make decisions, and understand the system limitations. The second set of people would be the development team. So BA would work with development team that's includes front end, back end developer or integration team to understand the why, clarify any requirements again, and any edge cases, right, or and remove any ambiguity, those kind of thing. The third set of people would be QA engineers, a testing team, where BA will help them understand the expected behavior, the defect triage, help define the test scenarios. The Based on the organization, the fourth set of people you would be working, and that's product owner or product managers. So you help them to basically you help them for backlog prioritization, um, help them with scope discussion, and align requirements with timeline. So uh, a BA role is highly collaborative role, and if you don't like to communicate or if you don't believe in communication, the BA role would be challenging for you. Now, many beginners may ask, and I have the experience in past too, that they ask this common question that what tools I should learn. Um, Tools are helpful, but skills matter more. And to be a good BA, the key skill would be communication, curiosity, asking good questions, critical thinking, simplify the complexity, writing clearly. You can see, you can learn tools anytime, and it's learning a tool is a different thing, but thinking like a BA takes practice. So I would suggest, start, working on the communication, and thinking like a BA. If you are in the project, what you would do, what set of question you would ask. So now, to summarize this video, we gone through, couple of things, that we are not, BAs are not just the requirement collectors, or just creating the documentation, but much more than that. That and BA days includes analysis, documentation, collaboration, conversations, and you work with many people, not only business, right? So these are some of the high level, I was trying to cover in this video. In next video, I'll go topic by topic in depth. Please let me know if I should cover something specific, and I'll try to cover that in upcoming videos. But thanks for watching, and hope you like this video. So enjoy. Thanks a lot. Bye.